What is up, Broncos fans? The Denver Broncos Show back here again to do another video. In this video, I'll be recapping and breaking down the Broncos' 42-17 win over the San Francisco 49ers on Sunday night. Great win for the Broncos, very dominant performance. We're now 4-0 at home on the season. You love that. And we're 5-1, which obviously is all that matters. We've won 3 games in a row now, and ever since that loss to Seattle, you've really kind of seen this Broncos team wake up a little bit, make some adjustments, and continue to improve week in and week out. Just a very, very stellar performance by the Broncos here against the Niners. And now looking at some of the good things we did here in this game, we had 419 total yards of offense. You love seeing that. Another dominant performance at home by the Broncos offense 2 weeks ago. We really did a great job of beating up a good Arizona Cardinals defense, and then to come back and dominate the Niners defense 2 weeks later. You love seeing that continuously, building off performances week after week. This offense is really starting to somewhat get in a groove now and starting to feed off this momentum that we've gained over these past couple performances. And I mean, I know this Niners defense was missing a lot of talent. They didn't have Patrick Willis. They didn't have Navarro Bowman. They didn't have Alden Smith. But this still is a very, very good defensive unit in San Francisco. They're well coached. They're a very tough team to run the ball on. They're very tough team to score the football on. And we just kind of did whatever we wanted to this defense. And that's another statement game by this Broncos offense at home. To put 419 total yards on this defense, that's saying something. We had 115 rushing yards. Again, did a great job of running the ball. On Thompson, we averaged 4.3 yards per carry as a team in this game. Good job of blocking up front by our offensive line and being physical. And Ronnie Hillman was great. 14 attempts for him in this game. He had 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. He averaged 5.3 yards per carry. He had a beautiful 37-yard touchdown run in the third quarter. He's just been great. I mean, he really has provided a spark to our rushing offense in the open field with his quickness and his shiftiness and his ability to make defenders miss on that 37-yard touchdown run. And there even was a play in this game, a little passing play by Ronnie Hillman. He had a nice little spin move. He made a couple of Niners defenders miss on that play. Just a lot of improvement in his ability to run physically and run in between the tackles and kind of show that burst off. He made some very, very good runs here in this game. And then Juwan Thompson has been such a great compliment to Ronnie Hillman as well so far through these past 2 or 3 games where we've had them taking most of the carries with Monty Ball being out. Thompson had 6 carries for 30 yards in this game. He averaged 5 yards per carry. Again, it's just a great compliment to to Ronnie Hillman. He's a bigger back. He's got that great initial burst and again is great at running in between the tackles. Kind of gives us that physical presence in the running game. Just another great job by the Broncos of moving the ball down the field, executing on the offensive end. Again, running the ball effectively to open up our passing game. It was also great again on third down. Our offense was 5-9 on their third down conversions. We did a great job on first and second down of not even putting ourselves in third down situations to begin with. So you love seeing that. But when we got on third downs, once again did a great job of keeping drives alive, converting on third downs. We had a lot of third and shorts, which I mean, if you give our offense 3rd and 5 or less, that's pretty much an automatic given for a first down for us. So you love seeing that. Once again, great execution on third down by the Broncos offense, sustaining drives, keeping the defense off the field. And we showed great killer instinct in this game. Once again, great aggressiveness on the offensive end. We outscored the 49ers 21-0 in that third quarter. Did a great job. I think we had 3 straight touchdown drives in the third quarter, and just did a great job of being aggressive. It was 21-10 at halftime. The Niners had just scored right before half. They had a nice little touchdown drive and to make it 21-10, got a little momentum, and the Broncos did a great job of just responding right away, coming out of the half there in that second half, and just kind of going bombs away in the third quarter, continuing to be aggressive, continuing to look downfield, attack the 49ers defense, and showing that killer instinct, something this team has lacked throughout the previous 2 seasons, and at some points this season. Did not lack that at all here against the Niners, again outscoring them 21-0 in that third quarter. Peyton Manning was absolutely phenomenal in this game against the 49ers defense. This might have been Peyton Manning's best game of the season so far. He goes 22-26 for 318 yards and 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Did a great job of protecting the ball. Obviously, he broke Brett Favre's record in this game for all-time passing touchdowns thrown. He now has 510, which is the all-time mark. So again, congratulations to Peyton Manning. Just continuing to add accolades to an already stellar Hall of Fame career, and was just great in this game. Was very accurate. The past 2 games against Arizona And against the Jets, Peyton Manning, he kind of made some errant throws. He wasn't as accurate as he usually is. In this game, he had no problems at all making throws. A beautiful 40-yard touchdown pass to Demaryius Thomas put the ball in a beautiful location, right over the safety, right over the corner. They were double covering Demaryius Thomas on that play, and Peyton Manning put it right over both defenders, right in Demaryius Thomas's hand. Just absolutely beautiful throw there by Peyton Manning. And then the other throw that he had in this game that was absolutely beautiful was the little fake screen that we threw to Demaryius Thomas. Wes Welker was able to get open on it, and again, Peyton Manning just putting it right on him, putting him in stride, and Wes Welker made a great play to score on that touchdown. Just a phenomenal job by Peyton Manning of being Peyton Manning. I mean, there's not much more you can really say about it. Again, threw some absolute beautiful balls in this game to Demaryius Thomas and Wes Welker, and broke that all-time touchdown record of Brett Favre's. Very special night, obviously, not only for Peyton Manning, but for Broncos fans, the Broncos organization. I mean, he has just been everything and then some since we obviously signed him as a free agent 3 years ago. And Demaryius Thomas also once again looked stellar in this game, looked great. He had 8 catches for 171 yards and 2 touchdowns. In the past 3 games, Demaryius Thomas really has just been starting to hit his groove, starting to kind of get in a rhythm, get on the same page as Peyton Manning over these past 3 games. And the Broncos have done a great job of kind of mixing up where they're lining up Demaryius Thomas. Sometimes we line him up inside. Sometimes we line him up outside, obviously, but they've also done a great job of kind of using him as a decoy. You saw on the touchdown pass to Wes Welker, we kind of ran a little fake screen to Demaryius, and we were able to get Welker down the field open. You like that. The 40-yard touchdown was just a beautiful throw by Peyton Manning, but great job by Demaryius to not only beat the corner, but then beat the safety who was trying to come over the top to help and then catch that. I mean, very tough catch, great throw by Peyton Manning, and then obviously Demaryius caught the record-breaking touchdown pass by Peyton Manning on that little out route there. Great job by Demaryius of getting both feet in down. Tough catch, tight window by Peyton Manning to throw in. He just looked great. Again, his explosiveness is back. He kind of looked sluggish throughout the first 3 games of the season, but he really has been unstoppable over the past 3 weeks and has really shown why he's, in my opinion, one of the 3 or 4 best wide receivers in football today. And Wes Welker was also great in this game. 3 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown for Wes. Again, great job by him of getting open on the touchdown pass from Peyton Manning on the fake screen to Demaryius Thomas, and then just a great individual effort by Wes Welker. I think he outran Antonio Bethea. He ate a shot, but he was able to dive for the pylon, score on the touchdown. Great effort by Wes Welker. Good to see him have a great game as well. We were great on third downs defensively. The 49ers went 3 of 13 on their third down conversions. Did a great job of getting our offense the ball back, and again, keeping their offense off the field, not allowing them to keep drives alive and sustaining drives. They only had 62 rushing yards in this game. You love seeing that. Great job once again by our big boys up front, Terrence Knighton, Malik Jackson, Derek Wolfe, Sylvester Williams even in this game, of filling up gaps, filling up space and getting some penetration inside there and not allowing the 49ers to have really any open gaps to run through. I mean, this is a really good team at running the football. Told them to 62 rushing yards. You love seeing that. Did a great job, I think, of physically kind of manhandling this 49ers offensive line, and did a great job of keeping Frank Gore and Colin Kaepernick in check. Frank Gore only had 9 carries in this game for 20 yards. He only had 2.2 yards per carry. Again, did a great job of not allowing him to really have any room to run and any gaps to run through. And then we did a great job of staying disciplined in terms of not allowing Kaepernick to make really any big plays with his legs. He only had 3 carries in this game for 18 yards. We did a great job of pressuring him throughout the game, containing the edge against him, keeping our lane discipline and not allowing him to break the pocket when it was collapsing and get to the outside and make plays with his legs. We did a great job of limiting those opportunities for him in this game. Pass rush obviously was phenomenal in this game. As I just mentioned, we did a great job of getting to Kaepernick throughout this game. We had 6 sacks in this game, 9 quarterback hits. Again, 3 weeks in a row that this defense has done a great job of pressuring the opposing quarterback. And it starts with Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware. I mean, they have just been a 2-headed monster this season. They combined for 5 sacks in this game. Von Miller had 2 sacks. DeMarcus Ware had 3 sacks. Those guys have just been great, coming off both edges and just doing a great job of not only collapsing the pocket on the outside, but taking advantage of our interior pass rush game. They've now combined for 15 sacks on the year. Von Miller has 8 sacks. He's leading the NFL right now. And again, he really looks like his old self. He looks like a better version of his old self. He's got that first step quickness back. He's got that initial burst off the line of scrimmage back, and then his spin move. I mean, is just so money. He's just so quick with it. and he's just so dominant with it. And again, his pursuit to the quarterback, relentless at his pursuit of the quarterback. And then DeMarcus Ware, I mean, just so crafty. Again, just manhandled Joe Staley in this game. Physically was just way stronger. Beat him with a bull rush on one play, and then there was another play where he faked the spin move on Joe Staley and was able to sack Kaepernick off that. Just a great job by our pass rush up front, and did a great job in containing Kaepernick outside the pocket, collapsing the pocket on him, and stuffing the run game and pressuring him, obviously, with Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware. Very dominant performance by the Broncos. Now looking at some of the bad things we did here in this game, there's really not much to complain about. Again, this was an absolute domination by the Broncos of a very good football team in the San Francisco 49ers. But just for shits and giggles, essentially, we did have 8 penalties for 75 yards. You don't like seeing that. Last week we had like 11 penalties against the Jets, primarily from our offensive line. This week we had 8 penalties, so got to limit the mental mistakes, especially if we want to beat the Chargers on Thursday night. Got to get better there. And then Julius Thomas was pretty much non-existent in this game. Only 4 catches and 27 yards for Julius. He really kind of had a disappearing act in this game. The Niners defense did a great job of game playing for him. They did a great job of double teaming him in the red zone. But he also had a couple drops in this game. I think he did drop a touchdown in this game at one point. Again, just give the Niners defense credit. Did a good job of taking Julius Thomas away and game playing for him. But the Broncos offense, again, showing that we just have too many weapons for anyone to anyone can handle. Julius Thomas only has 4 catches for 27 yards, but then DT goes off. Wes Welker has 50 yards and a touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders has a touchdown catch. So just a great job by the Broncos offense of adjusting without Julius Thomas. Been waiting for this game for a while. We got the San Diego Chargers on Thursday Night Football, another primetime game, nationally televised game at home. This was the only team to beat us at home last season. Obviously saw them in the playoffs and the divisional round, only beat them by 7 there. So, and it's always great to play the Chargers. I hate that team with a passion, but you got to give that team a lot of credit. They've played great this year. They're very well coached. Phillip Rivers has been phenomenal. That offense is really tough to stop, and their defense has also played well this season. They're 5-2. They're going to be hungry for a win, coming off the loss to Kansas City at home. So they're going to have something to prove and kind of play with the edge and a chip on their shoulder. And again, they're the last team to beat us at home. So they're definitely going to be confident, and it's a big game in terms of who's going to lead the AFC West going going forward from here on out. So huge game for us on Thursday night. Doesn't get any easier. Ball fan, leave me a comment below with what you thought of this game. What do you think of the Broncos' performance, the Niners' performance, and what do you think both these teams are going to do moving forward? And if you're a Broncos fan, what do you think about the Chargers game coming up on Thursday? So great win for us, great performance. We're 5-1. Hopefully we can keep rolling, and go Broncos. Fucking great performance over the Niners.